Hi, my name is Jennifer, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to subtract rational expressions. So grab a pencil and some paper and work through these examples with me. Take a look at our first example. We have 16 over 5x minus 11 over 5x. Now, just like we did when we were adding rational expressions, we also need to have common denominators. This example has common denominators for us, so we're ready to subtract. Since there's common denominators, we're ready to write our answer. We'll put one fraction bar with the 5x on the bottom. And this is a pretty simple subtraction problem. We have 16 minus 11, which is 5. And we can actually take this answer a step further. Notice that we have a 5 in the top, in the numerator, and a 5 in the denominator. Because those are matching 5s and they're not connected with a plus or minus sign, we can actually simplify these to a 1. So a better answer, more simplified answer to this problem is 1 over x. All right, let's try another problem together. We have 5x minus 6 over x squared. Before we can do this subtraction problem, we need to make sure there's common denominators. This denominator is x. This denominator is x squared. So let's rewrite this problem with common denominators. We need to have one number that x divides into evenly and x squared. Our common denominator would be x squared because x goes into x squared x times and x squared goes into x squared one time. Since we've made changes to our denominator, we need to make the same change in our numerator. Our first denominator was an x. We multiplied it by another x to get to the new denominator, x squared. So we also have to make that change to the numerator. 5 times x is 5x. Over here, notice that our denominator did not change. Because our denominator did not change, our numerator does not change. Now that we have common denominators, we're ready to do this subtraction problem. We'll write one fraction bar, put our common denominator in the denominator. 5x, take away 6. Notice they're not common terms, and so all we can do is write them next to each other. 5x minus 6 over x squared is your final answer. Okay, let's solve one more problem. Let's look at 3 over x minus 4 minus 2 over x plus 1. Notice the denominators this time are binomials. So the easiest way to find common denominators is to multiply these binomials together. So when we rewrite the problem, our common denominator, we'll put both of these binomials in a set of parentheses. So our common denominator is x minus 4 times x plus 1. Since we've changed the denominator, we need to make the same change to the numerators. The original denominator to the first fraction was x minus 4. Notice that we've now multiplied x plus 1 to that denominator. So we're going to multiply x plus 1 to the numerator. Let's go ahead and do that multiplication problem. We have 3 times x is 3x. 3 times 1 is positive 3. Next, look at the second fraction. We had the denominator x plus 1, and notice that we've multiplied that denominator times x minus 4. So we need to do the same multiplication to the numerator. Two times x is 2x, and 2 times negative 4 is negative 8. Now that we have common denominators and we've made the changes in the numerator, we're ready to subtract. So for our answer, we'll write one fraction bar with our common denominator. And now let's collect like terms across our numerator. We have 3x minus 2x, which is 1x, or you could put just x. Next, we have 3 minus a negative 8. Now think about that. We have 3 minus a negative 8. Sometimes it may be helpful to write that over to the side. 3 minus a negative 8. If you remember back to subtracting integers, we actually added the opposite sign. So if it helps, we're going to add a positive 8, which is a positive 11. So 3 minus negative 8 is positive 11. So our final answer to this problem is x plus 11 over x minus 4 times x plus 1. Now, if you have any questions about this topic, please contact your professor or stop by the Math Tutoring Lab or watch this video again.